y'all, it's your girl Toy. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you guys for coming because today I want to talk about self-care, about being creative and being fabulous in the space that we're already in. Self-care has been an important part of my mental health journey, and a lot of us are affected by some things that don't make us feel like our best selves, myself included. And no matter how many people try to pretend like they're okay, we can all benefit from something that makes us feel better. The pandemic was a huge struggle for me, like it was for everybody else, and I did not know where I fit in, what to do, not working in the office, not commuting to work. I didn't have that routine that I've had for years, and I didn't know what to do besides just get up, work, and then what else was I gonna do? What else was there to do in this house? I felt like the walls were closing in. I was so depressed. I would lay down on the couch like a lump on a log and not feel not even the tiniest bit of inspiration to be creative. I didn't feel like doing anything. And I'm the most creative person that I feel like I know, besides a couple of my other friends that are very, very creative. But besides all that, I felt like I had lost my mojo. Does that make sense? I felt like I lost my essence, and I don't like that. I could not stand it. I was struggling so bad, and so I spoke to my therapist about it, and he's trying to come up with some ideas. He's like, well, you wrote a book. Like, yeah, I wrote a book. And he's like, well, you have 2 more books in that series, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, are you going to write the second book? Maybe start on that. And I was like, I guess I could start on the second book. And it had been so long since I put out the first book that my fans and my readers were actually asking me for it. And I just felt so depressed. I felt like I did not know what to do. I felt like I was letting people down, and I felt like I had no purpose, honestly. Like that, to be honest, I felt like I had no purpose. It's hard, it's hard when I feel like my whole life I always knew what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be creative in some way, form, or fashion, whether that be through music, whether that be through art, through writing. These are my passions, and I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. But one day I sat down and I said, Toy, you gotta get up. You gotta do something, girl. Like you've got to get your mojo back. So what are we gonna do? The first step is to put one foot in front of the other and start walking. And I went walking. I went outside, I went walking, and every day I just zoned out. I listened to music, I listened to podcasts, or I would just be one with nature, just walking around, looking at the trees and the flowers and everything, watching the seasons change. And that was my first step, was to get my butt up off the couch. And it worked. I started to feel inspired. I started to think about, what is my next step? What am I gonna do? And that next step was, okay, I'm going to finish the, second book in the series, which I did, A King's Ransom. That's up on Amazon, so make sure you go check that out. And also Blood of a Queen, that's on Amazon too. And, I felt like I accomplished something. The first book was such a feat. Oh my gosh. It was so difficult, but such an amazing experience to put so much of myself, pour so much of myself into something, into a passion of mine, that when it came time to do the second book, I was like, I know where to start, I know how to do this, second book down, out the door, and it's in your hands, okay? And then the next thing was, my apartment just had white walls. It didn't really have much decor. This dressing room did not look like this. It was just white walls, a desk, and a computer, and my little bookcase. That was it. Watching a lot of interior design YouTube videos inspired me to build my room up, to be creative, to think outside of the box, also to work on my living room, just to think about other things besides depression, to think of other things besides feeling like I'm not adequate enough to pursue my goals and my dreams. And so self-care was really, really important for me. I thought that just putting on, makeup and, my moisturizers and everything was just something that I did and ran out the house because I ran to work. This was pre-pandemic, okay? I took a lot of that stuff for granted, but through therapy, I realized that mindfulness is really, really important. I learned a lot of tools through therapy, but the mindfulness tool was the best one. It was the easiest thing that I could grasp onto and focus on when I had moments of doubt, when I had moments of depression, when I had moments of, just not knowing what to do next. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my skincare and I'm going to be in the moment. And being in the moment with mindfulness is not just like, okay, I'm doing mindfulness stuff now. This is what I'm supposed to do. It's like, no, paying attention to the product, how it comes out of the bottle, how it appears on your skin, rubbing it in, feeling all of those products, absorbing into your skin. How do you look? How do you feel after you do that? Taking nice, luxurious, long showers, buying really great soaps and body washes and oils. I started to really build up my collections, a body wash collection, perfume collections, as you can see behind me on my wall here. Like, these things just made me feel like I was doing something, you know what I mean? I started to feel a little bit more fabulous in the process, and also very creative, because I started to film myself doing the skincare, started to film myself doing my hair. I started to film myself doing like cooking stuff, and I didn't put it up on YouTube right away. I was kind of like into the social media thing for a second, but on one of these walks, one of my mindfulness walks, I thought about this YouTube channel and what I wanted to do on this YouTube channel. I wanted to pour all of myself into one platform, into something that made me feel special, into something that would help others to also feel inspired to be who they want to be, inspired to go on their own self-care journeys, and also to seek mental health tools. It's very important, I feel like, in life, to know what you want to be. We take that for granted. When you're a kid, you're just like, what do I want to be when I grow up? What do I want to be when I grow up? I don't know. I'm already grown at this point. I was like, what do I want to be when I grow up? I want to be me. I want to be me, who I am right now, but in the most fabulous, creative way. Listen, I used to think like, dang, I want to be Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could sing. So I was like, I want to be Beyonce when I was younger. At this point, I'm like, I'm not going to be Beyonce. I'm not going to be Beyonce, but I can be the Beyonce of me. Okay, I can be the best me I can be. And when I say Beyonce, I mean like her work ethic, what she stands for, her morals, her ethics, her fabulousness. I want to be something for myself that I can be proud of. And I hope that this channel can also inspire other people to be proud of who they are, where they are, because we're not famous. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be, having millions and billions of dollars right away, because if that's your goal, then work towards that. But at the same time, we don't need to be miserable in this space where we are before we get to where we want to be. And I think that's really, really important to understand. So I say all that to say that self-care and creativity and being fabulous is at the core of this channel. So if you want to know, like, what is Toy doing? I see her, like, she's doing, product reviews. She's doing, skincare videos and films. I'm doing what I feel like is best for me and best for what my audience is. And if you like it, stay, share it, comment, let's have a conversation. If you don't like it, you're free to go. There's so many channels on YouTube where you can find your place and find your home, but this is also an open space and a safe place for everyone to be themselves and to be okay being themselves, and also to explore their self-care and their mental health. Mental health is so important. I have my own mental health issues without getting into too much detail, and I know the importance of wanting to stay sane, okay? Wanting to stay in the place that you feel like you are your best self. That's super, super important. So my Right Before Dark series, which I just launched, the first film called Vintage Chic, so make sure you go check that out, okay? Share it with your friends and your family and leave a comment so we can chat, okay? This series is basically what I feel and what I look like right before dark. So when I have on my makeup, you know, I beat my face. Okay, I beat my face. And you know, at the end of the day, when you use great products, your face is still beat, okay? At the end of the night, right before dark. And you're like, dang, I don't want to take this off just yet. I just, you know, want to get a couple pictures, a couple snaps, a couple this and that right before I do my skincare. And so that's what that video is, what Vintage Chic is. It's like, you know what? I did my makeup. I feel fabulous. I feel beautiful. I feel like my best self, and I'm capturing myself in that moment. And then right before dark, I'm going to take it off. And I'm going to do my skincare and practice mindfulness at the same time. So what you're witnessing when you see those films is me doing my mindfulness and my skincare and just taking it all in. So I'm not sure what you do right before dark, but whatever it is, make sure that it's fabulous, honey. Make sure that you are just like calling in all the creative and fabulous gods and goddesses, okay? This is what I feel like is what people need, is just to be in the zone, just like feeling themselves and being okay with that. Because why not? You're in the privacy of your own home. We ain't going nowhere because it's a pandemic, okay? But at the same time, why can't we look good for ourselves? I don't need to look good for anybody else but me, honey, okay? And if I do want to look good for someone else, at the end of the day, it's still for me. It's still for me. So go out there, do your thing. And if you want to film it, film it. If you want to build your own YouTube channel, do that. If you don't, it's okay. But at the same time, make sure that you are indulging in the moment. And when I say being creative and fabulous, I mean being creative to the point where you're like, okay, what else can I do with this? Okay, I'm going to go out and buy some new earrings for my film, okay? Some new necklaces for my film. I'm gonna go out and do a new hairstyle that I've never done before. I've never had braids before. Let me tell you something. These braids are fabulous, honey, okay? We've got the triangle parts, okay? I love it. I went to the African hair braiding spot and she hooked your girl up. So I'm just like in my zone right now. I'm feeling it and I'm just like, I'm building up this channel and this brand in a way that is going to slap your mama, child. Like, I really, really want this to be something that people, you know, love and really want to engage in. I want this channel to be something that people are inspired by. You know, I love flowers. As you can see, like, you know, I've got a picture frame in the back of flowers, and I've got this new branding that I'm doing that has flowers in it. You know, even my films have flowers in it. And so, like, that's me. I love beautiful, soft things, creative things. And so what I want you to do is to also leave a comment in the chat below and let me know, what do you do for your self-care? How do you feel fabulous and creative? What is your thing? And when I address you in the descriptions below, I'm always going to address you as my creative and fabulous friends, because no matter who you are, I know that you're creative and fabulous, honey. You ain't even got to tell me, but I do want to know because I want to chat with you. But I know that you're creative and fabulous. If you don't know that you're creative and fabulous, we're going to figure it out. And I hope to inspire you at the same time so that you can feel like your best self moving forward, because I've got big plans. I've got big plans for this channel. It's going to go beyond this channel. It's going to go into books, into podcasts. I am prepared. So make sure that you are here and following me on this journey. I'm really, really excited about it. I can't wait to meet you guys in the comments. I can't wait to meet you guys wherever you are, whatever platform you're on. Just make sure that you talk to me, because I love to talk to people. I love it. I love it. Okay? So make sure that you comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so that you're notified every time I drop a video, especially when I drop those right before dark videos, because those are fun and I love editing. I love editing. I know it's tedious, but it's so creative for me. Like, I love to do it. I love to think of like, what kind of segue can I do from this scene into the next? what type of products can I use in this film? What type of transitions can I do here? You know, like, I just love it. So if this is something that you love to do, if you love to be creative, if you have projects that you're just trying to kick off but you can't get motivated, honey, I'm your girl. I will motivate you to kick off those projects, okay? Because I've kicked off plenty of projects. In advertising, I'm a project manager. That is what your girl does. So when I do my own passion projects, I kick those joints off. We don't sit and wait around. We don't have excuses, okay? We're not trying to figure out, oh my God, we need this to be the absolute best before we show it to the world. We're going to do what we can at the time and at the space that we're in so that we can get this stuff out. And then we're going to improve and progress along the way. You don't have to be picture perfect right away, okay? If you go back and see the beginning of this channel, you'll realize I wasn't picture perfect, and I'm not picture perfect now, but I'm going to get to the place where I want to be. But I'm happy at this point, okay? And I want you to be happy where you are too. So make sure you click that bell so that you're notified, okay? I will see you guys later. Bye.